What's going on, guys? Welcome to another one of Black Iron's Battles. Today we've done it, we've got some requests, and we've brought the Bretonnians for you guys. We're up against some High Elves, and I'm going to go ahead and show you guys some fun Total War Warhammer 2 action today. So we've got a build with the Fay Enchantress. So right off the bat, I'll show you, I got the Fay Enchantress here. We do have Earth, Blood, and Regrowth. We've also got Life Bloom for a little bit of extra... popping off that healing for extra couple seconds. We've got Mist of the Lady, so she is going to be causing damage around her at all times. And we've got Guardian given to her from the Paladin himself right here next to him. So we do have the Paladin up on the steed there. You see, he does have that anti-large up there. And, being able to give Guardian to the Fay Enchantress, that is definitely worth having him around. Over here on the left, you can see that we do have some Grail Knights. So we've got the Grail Knights, these anti-large, these awesome... I mean, these guys are my favorite cavalry in the game, I think. These guys are... maybe Blood Knights. Let me know in the comments whatever your favorite cavalry is, what you think, really are the best. But we've also got on this side the anti-infantry. We've got the Knights Errant and the Defenders of the Fleur-de-Lis. I just love their color scheme. So these guys over here, they do have silver shields, anti-infantry, and these guys have frenzy. So those guys are definitely going to be some trouble if we can get them into the back line, killing archers or something like that. Here in the front lines, we do have three groups of peasants. Just up there, they do have 6,400 health. So, they can tar pit, meat shield for quite a while. Here in the middle, we've got a bunch of men-at-arms with shields. And I have ranked them up to 1 silver chevron. So they have 39 melee defense, and they have silver shields. So they should last for quite a bit. And 30 melee attack, that makes them not too bad. And of course, they will get the Icon of Devotion here from the Grail Knights here. And it is just the Monty Python itself, with all of the Three Stooges carrying it. I mean, that is ridiculous, but it does give that immune to psychology and that 12 leadership and that AoE circle. So that should help us out once we get bunched up a little bit more once the fighting begins. We do have here in the back the Beast Slayers of Baston. And, Baston himself going after the beast. And you can see we've also got the Holy Wardens of La Maisontal. We've also got those, which are battle pilgrims there. They're coming in there. They've got frenzy. They've got fire attacks. It's not going to be that helpful against the High Elves, but we're doing all right. Over on each flank there in the back, you see, or it's over on the left flank, we've got the 2-foot squires, and they're there for that armor-piercing attack. They don't have a very great melee attack, but if you mix them in, hopefully they'll get some hits off. And that's about it for my army. So I'm not as well versed in the Bretonnian stuff, but against over here in my opponent, we do have the High Elves. We've got the Fireborn here. Let's go ahead and zoom in on them because they are also a sight to behold. And these guys do have flaming attacks as well. They've got 51 melee attack, 110 armor. These guys are going to be something we've definitely got to pay attention to. Over here, we've also got the Handmaiden of the Ever Queen, and she's going to be doing some good damage. I mean, I have 267 missile damage, 125 at armor piercing, and she should be cutting me down pretty quick. You can see she can reload quickly. She's got martial prowess, and going to be doing some good work over here. And in the front lines, you can see we've got those Shadow Warriors. So I can't see these at first because they do have stock, and they are master ambushers, so they can be, they can move while firing and stay hidden. So these guys are definitely hard to spot. We've got two groups of Shadow Warriors. So they're right up in the front. We're not going to see them. And we've also got Alith Anar there in between her Shadow Warriors. And, definitely has Slippery. They got that Stone of Midnight picked up. Also got Dark in the Skies. So there is a lot of, and also bought the Shadow Crown. So there is just every single possible, addition that we can put on Alith Anar here, I think. 416 missile damage. And she's going to be doing some major work. we've also just got a couple of spearmen here. I think the Scions of Mathland there in the middle. Those guys are just filling up the ranks. Some Sword Masters of Hoeth. We've got the Sisters of Avalorn here. These guys are going to be, or these gals, I'm sorry. They're going to be some trouble. They've got armor piercing as well. So there's a bunch of things that can, maybe take care of my cavalry. Here in the back, there's one more spearman, and that's pretty much it. I think, oh no, it was over here. There was the other spearman. So, but they're all grouped up. We're well spread out, and we're going to surround. We're going to try to flank them. So I'm going to try to move my infantry right up the middle here and even up while I try to bring my cavalry around on each side and get around here. Now, I don't know what there is yet because I can't see everything, but I figured there's some sneaky business, so I'm just going to go ahead and get started. All right. You take a look over here on the right. So we're going to go ahead and watch these Knights Errant as they come up in here, and they are going to charge right ahead. I mean, they've got tons of speed, 75 speed, and like I said, I don't see that there's any Shadow Warriors here, so I'm not really too worried about the speed of the 33 speed of the Spearmen. So I'm just going to go ahead and move them up here, use them to kind of scout, and all of a sudden I'm like thinking, we're taking some shots. Same time, it's not too bad. You can see there we took a little bit of damage, but they do have silver shields on those defenders of the Fleur-de-Lis. The regular Knights Errant only have bronze shields, but these guys have just higher quality armor because they're higher quality troops. So you see here we got some shots coming in. If I'm not facing them, I won't use my shield, so it's important not to turn away during the time when the arrows are coming. So right here you see this is a bunch of them are missing, but that one's going to do some good damage because we're not blocking at all. Over here on the left, we're starting to get in range of the archers, and we are starting to take hits on our peasants. So let's go ahead and get in here with the average folk. We're gonna see what it's like to be a peasant for a second, and it is not great. I mean, they give you some mildly effective weapons, and then they have you just get shot at by arrows. But I mean, I guess it's better than getting cut down from behind by for fleeing by your own. By these men-at-arms back here. So they're just going to force them into the opponents, but that's really good for me. That is the best thing I could hope for. He's used about a quarter of his ammo there almost, and it's on peasants. So that is just good value coming from me. Over here on the left, we're trying to get these Grail Knights around the edge, and I do see all of these spearmen here, and I'm just trying to get in there. You see a big shot coming from Alith Anar and missing, and actually doing great damage to the Sword Masters for me. So that was pretty awesome. I bet my opponent there was disappointed, but at this point we're starting to get engaged. You can see here the spearmen are breaking their teeth on these peasant mob. Over here on the right, I actually get my Knights Errant caught on this spearman. I was trying to chase down this handmaiden, but I got caught. Here in the back, we're actually all the way engaged with these Grail Knights who are fighting it out. And there is just a huge melee going on here in the back while we're still trying to move up. Now, I am stuck on these spearmen, and I need to get out of there immediately. Here in the back, we're going to go ahead and pop off an Earthblood just so we can try to keep staying alive. And, we're not doing too bad. I mean, we've lost a bunch of health, but over here is where we're really having trouble. You can see here that the Fireborn are coming in here, but there come the men-at-arms. Those Chevron men-at-arms are going to come in here, and they're going to start to help me out. And they should be able to cut down these Knights Errant, but I am completely all trapped up on this one group of spearmen. Luckily, here in the back, we've got some peasant mob. We're going to just affect the sword masters a little bit in their leadership. I do not mind if sword masters kill peasant mob all day. We're trying to get here into the back, and we are going to kill some shadow warriors. So there you go. You see the Grail Knights getting right into that group of shadow warriors. And even without a great charge, they still will get some good kills. Let's go ahead and pause it for a second because there's just so much going on in such a short time. So here in the front, you see we've actually managed to kill one group of spearmen pretty much over there on the... Actually, they're not all the way dead, so they're only about half dead. But we are trying our best to keep everyone in the back line here alive. So I'm pretty much grouping up all of my Grail Knights and all of my cavalry units here at once, and I'm going to pop off a big overcast regeneration spell. We're also trying to move these men-at-arms and these foot squires here into the back so they can get engaged with the scions and the sword masters over here, which have been fighting the peasant mob, which is really, really good for me. You can see there that regrowth coming down right now on all of these units here. It's going to hit all 4 groups of cavalry. So over here in the back, you can see these men-at-arms are engaged with the spearmen. They'll win that battle, and we're fighting hard. All of my units are kind of about to just smash down right here on these spearmen. And you can see here, Alith Anar is actually, I think she's here in the back, and she's casting herself here to try to distract me. But at this point, we're just overwhelming them with sheer numbers. You can see we've got 1,000 troops to their 500, and we are every place at once. His Dragonborn are down pretty heavily. They've got 38, 38 models left, but they've actually killed a bunch of my cavalry. But at the same time, I mean, they are having a hard time getting through all of these units. You can see here that we've actually got the Fay Enchantress here engaged, and she is just draining the health of all of these troops that stay engaged here. You can see there that the health is slowly going down on those Fireborn. And all of these units here in the back are doing okay. We're continuing to get heals off, and it's not doing too bad. You can see the defenders of the Fleur-de-Lis still alive, and they'll kill those Everqueen's Court Guard, no problem. Here in the back, you can see we're still fighting with the Fay Enchantress. So let's see if you can get in here, and we can show you the, you can see there the Handmaiden is getting attacked. Oh, there we go, big splash. But the Fay Enchantress is smacking down big hits. There we go, boom on that Handmaiden. And pretty soon, all of those high elf troops on that right flank are starting to break. You see the spearmen are almost gone, but I have not been paying attention. I'm doing way too much with my cavalry. I'm fighting back here, and these guys are just trapped, so that is a huge waste of them. I could probably be getting rid of them quicker. But at this point, pretty much everything is routing, and that is the end of the battle. I mean, the Alith Anar was still alive, but just not able. I mean, just you saw all of the sheer amount of abilities that were on top of that high elf lord. And just not enough value, you know. It's like if that could have been another couple, a couple of chevrons here, and maybe change out those shadow warriors or something. But I don't know if maybe my opponent wasn't expecting something so big. But we were just, like I said, I mean, a lot of these troops didn't even get touched. But it was really the cavalry, those Grail Knights themselves, grabbing a chevron each. They were able. You saw the Fireborn there at the end were pretty much almost dead. Alith Anar was, I mean, killing some of her own troops, but, the Fay Enchantress draining, 33 kills on the Fay Enchantress. So, and, I mean, there was no damage spells going off there. So that was just pure attacks. The Paladin I actually put over, I chased a Handmaiden, I chased Alith Anar away. I put the Paladin on Alith Anar at one point, and you had to get out of there. It was just a bunch of stuff going on. But, really it was the men-at-arms were able to cut through those spearmen pretty easily. The Grail Knights was, of course, in there, but, really not doing much in this battle because it didn't really, take much leadership losses there, but it was really just those Knights Errant and the Grail Knights when we were able to get in the back, take out these Shadow Warriors. You see, I mean, for as expensive as all of these Sisters of Avalorn and Shadow Warriors and Fireborn are, they only got about 100 kills between them. While, the Spearmen did get more, they killed a bunch of peasants in the front, but it was just an overwhelming force. I mean, Bretonnian infantry, while they don't have the elite infantry, they do have just sheer mass. So you can just get a press of bodies, you can get them coming through, and get them just to overwhelm these lighter armies while you take out the elite troops in the back. Either way, so I did my best to bring some Bretonnian action to you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Please like and subscribe for more great online content. And if you hit that little bell icon, I don't know if you guys know what that does, but it makes it so you guys can be notified whenever I put up a video. And don't worry, it won't be too annoying because you guys all know I don't put up many videos. So thanks again for watching, guys. Take it easy. This has been another one of Black Iron's Battles.